I can't tell you how many people say, man, I was really impressed. And I was like, what were you impressed with? And you're thinking, oh, the chandeliers, that new space we built. They're like, well, no, I was walking down the hall and the housekeeper, stopped vacuuming, turned the vacuum off, looked at me and said, good morning, sir. Have a great day. And he's like, I was blown away. And I said, and I just smiled and I was like, that's our team.
Welcome to the Luxury Travel Innovators podcast. I'm your host, Adam Deflorian, founder and CEO of ACDS. Let's take off. Live from the Sirius XM Studio at the Wynn Las Vegas, I'm joined today by Brian Gullbrants, Chief Operating Officer of Wynn Resorts, North America. Brian, wonderful to have you here.
Thanks. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for inviting me to this beautiful studio here at Wynn.
Thanks for having us. That's great.
It's fantastic. So can you tell our listeners a little bit about your background and what brought you to Wynn?
Try to give you the brief version. I was born into hospitality. My mom and dad owned a restaurant, so kind of grew up in the back of a restaurant. And at the age of about 17, 18, I figured that I could make a lot more money not working for my father. So went and got a job in kind of fine dining and did that and wound up finding my way to the Ritz-Carlton in Phoenix in '88. Okay. Became a server and then spent the next 20 years of my life with the Ritz-Carlton Hotel Company. Came up through the F&B management side, wound up being a general manager of a couple properties, and then ended my career there as VP of operations for the company. And that's when executive search, they call and you always say no. And they called and they said, well, we've got this opportunity in Las Vegas. And I said, nah, not a Vegas guy. And they said, but it's a new casino. And I was like, nah. And they said, it's Steve Wynn's new casino. And I was like, ooh, the Bellagio guy. I like that property. I'm interested. And then I came out and one thing led to another. And it was very sad to leave the Ritz-Carlton. I had 20 great years there. I loved it. Learned so much from so many wonderful hoteliers and people. Mm-hmm. But then never looked back. To the last 17 plus years I've been here at Wynn and learned from a lot of great people here and been really fortunate to work with some exceptional leaders and business minds that I've been able to learn from. And hopefully I've been able to contribute along the way as well.
Well, I certainly think you have. I mean, I've been coming here. I can't believe it's the 20th anniversary this year, right?
Just was in April. We actually took the opportunity to celebrate in a pretty significant way for everybody here. We know that our company is built on our people and our culture. Mm-hmm. And so we took the opportunity, since it was our 20th, to really celebrate our employees. So we have 1,700, a little over 1,700 opening team members, ladies and gentlemen, that work here. So we threw a party, and we didn't want any of them to have to work it, so we rented out Allegiant Stadium. They all got to bring a guest, so we had well over 3,000 people there. Brought them in, had this beautiful reception. They were blown away. Wow. We had paparazzi at the entrance. We had a red carpet, and they felt like rock stars. We brought them into a gifting suite, and they were picking out whatever they wanted. Then we took them down to the field where it was full. The entire field at Allegiant was full of beautiful set tables. We had a nice dinner. Craig, our CEO, stood up in front of everybody and announced that everybody was going to get $10,000 worth of stock at the moment. Wow. So that was a bit of a frenzy. Everybody got really excited about that. And then Pitbull came on and did a concert for everybody there. And it was a lot of fun to celebrate with our team, get out on the field, and everybody just kind of let their hair down. And it was so nice.
It's amazing.
Our employees were genuinely appreciative of what we did, and we're genuinely appreciative of what they have done for the last 2 decades and do every single day. They earn our reputation every day. Yeah. And it ain't easy.
They're the front line with high expectation guests.
For sure. And we're so proud of them. They're amazing.
Well, and I was telling you, I recently, right, that I've been coming not for 20 years, but close to it, probably 17, 18 years.
You were 12 when you started coming?
Yeah, like 11. I just started shaving. And it was crazy because almost every single time I get picked up at the airport, so I'm like, I ask, how long have you been with Wynn? They're like, from opening. And I would say it's unquestionably 90+% of the time. It's people who have been opening or double digits in terms of years.
Yeah.
So you're doing something right, because your people are your most important asset, especially in hospitality, right? And you clearly treat them with the utmost quality for them to praise you and say good things. No one ever says anything bad, only good things. It's a nice job.
We're going to try to keep that going for as long as we can. Without them, we just don't exist. So yeah, we're proud of our team.
Totally. Can you talk to us a little bit about Wynn as a brand and what you represent here? Not just in Las Vegas, because you're a global brand, right?
Sure.
But in hospitality, what does Wynn represent?
That's a great question. I think it's probably easiest for me to just tell you a little bit about our values, our company values. We have 4 core values. The first one is excellence. And so whether it's the physical property and the spaces that we design, we do all our design in-house by Wynn Design and Development.
Okay.
Todd Lanahan, our chief creative officer, everything that you see is designed, built, and done by us for us. So it's super hard to replicate. And when you walk into a Wynn space, you know you're in a Wynn space. Just exquisite. It's focusing on excellence in our culture, making sure that people are treated with dignity and respect, that everybody genuinely cares about everyone and everything, and then really focused on excellence in who we are as a team. So investing in our people, training, looking for the high potential employees that are going to be leaders in the future. So investing in our spaces, in our people, in our culture, in the experiences, and that's where excellence starts for Wynn. We also have artistry as one of our core values. And I know you're probably thinking, wow, artistry. But when you look at the physical spaces, actually, when you go to the pastry shop or the bakery, we have a proud team of bakers downstairs that produce 110 different types of bread every day, round the clock. So wherever you're dining at Wynn, the bread or the roll or the lavash or whatever you're eating was produced within the last 8 hours, fresh for you from scratch. We do that with pastry. We have a chocolate shop. We have a cake shop. We have a floral shop. So we have a butcher shop. I mean, the list goes on, but it's controlling every moment from the loading dock and the raw ingredients to the time it hits you as a customer. And we believe that sets us apart from others. It's our focus on excellence, our focus on artistry, and delivering something that a customer can't get anywhere else. We could save a whole bunch of money and buy croissants from the same place that everybody else buys croissants from, but then we would no longer be unique and be Wynn. Our other 2 values are being service-driven, and that's not just to our customers, that's obvious, but it's being service-driven and helping each other as a team, and then being service-driven to our community and giving back to the community in which we do business. And that's in every community that we do business in. And last but not least, our final core value is being progressive. We always want to push the envelope. We always want to try different things. We're a small company. We are very agile, and we're lucky to have incredible momentum. We have so many people that are willing to do whatever it takes to make it work. And this last weekend with the Las Vegas Grand Prix just happening for the 3rd year, so proud of our team. Craig and I spoke about this yesterday, and it was so impressive to see what our team was able to execute. I mean, knock on wood, flawlessly. It was awesome. And I'm so proud of the team that I'm able to be a part of. And again, like, they are the backbone of our company and our brand. And those 4 core values define who we are and help us figure out the future. And if it doesn't fit within those 4 core values, then it's probably not the right fit for Wynn.
Yeah. And how do you every time I walk through this property, it looks like it opened yesterday and it's 20 years. Like, how do you empower your team to take ownership of the space so that, I know it can't just be you and Craig walking through, like we said, taking pictures and saying, hey, can this get repaired? Can this get fixed? It has to be the army of everybody out on that floor that's doing it. How do you empower them to do that? Like, to make that type of decision?
It's a great question. I think it's really not just encouraging, but celebrating those people that go above and beyond. anybody who does something out of the ordinary, helping people understand that this is what's expected, that discretionary effort is celebrated. We talked earlier about what we do for our employees when they get manager of the quarter or employee of the quarter.
Amazing.
We take everybody in our limos out to the hangar. We put them all on a Gulfstream and we fly them to Southern California or Northern California, Napa, Santa Barbara, Laguna, and we treat them to a nice dinner. And when you can take a dishwasher or a groundskeeper or an engineer or a housekeeper and put them in a Rolls Royce and a Gulfstream, and we video the whole thing and give it to them, and we have champagne on a G650 or the G700 now, and they go and they go to the Montage in Laguna, and they're just blown away. But they finally feel what a customer feels, and that's so important. And then everybody else sees that these people that are going above and beyond are well taken care of, as rewarded. They are.
Yeah.
And it's encouraged. We want everybody to open the door, smile, greet our customers, not because they have to, not because they've been told to, but because they want to, because the culture that they're in inspires them to do that. I can't tell you how many people say, man, I was really impressed. And I was like, what were you impressed with? And you're thinking, oh, the chandeliers, that new space we built. They're like, well, no, I was walking down the hall and the houseman, the housekeeper, stopped vacuuming, turned the vacuum off, looked at me and said, good morning, sir. Have a great day. And he's like, I was blown away. And I said, and I just smiled and I was like, that's our team.
Yeah.
That defines Wynn.
Yeah. Well, while the rest of the city and the market goes the other direction, it becomes more and more unexpected. And so the fact that you guys are running such a true 5-star hospitality experience at this scale in this city, I think is truly, it's nothing short of remarkable. It really is. I mean, you go into every suite and there's never scuffs from luggage. It's like that. There's never anything broken on a dresser or a wardrobe. And like you said, everybody walks through it. It's just really impressive. It's impressive to do it in a building that's now 20 years old with the volume of people that come through this property every day. It's just, it's cool.
It's continually investing in the building, in new spaces, and continually investing in our people and building them up. And
I love it.
I think that's the crux of hospitality.
It is.
You've got to have incredible spaces, incredible experiences, and incredible employees who can take care of those guests. And if you do that, customers are willing to pay extra for that.
I love it.
There's value.
There's value.
Yeah.
That actually leads me to my next question, which I'm going to read instead of just look at you and say, because I don't want to butcher Craig's quote. But I said, I think that Craig Billings said it very well in the last earnings call. Wynn Las Vegas is not necessarily built for those visiting Las Vegas on a tight budget. However, they are the type of customer who's really unrelenting when it comes to value for their dollar. What are the types of things exclusive to Wynn that really set you apart, that bring that value, you would say, for your guests with those high expectations? The little details.
I think we just talked about it. It's our commitment to our guests and our commitment to our employees and our commitment to excellence. So we deploy more capital than any other hospitality company per key that I'm been ever aware of.
Yeah.
We are the newest 20-year-old building ever, and we're probably newer than most of our competitors that opened recently.
Fair enough.
We literally just opened a space last week. In January, we're opening Zero Bond. We're opening Sartiano's.
Which I just toured. It's epic.
Oh, what'd you think?
Epic.
Yeah.
And the upstairs in the penthouse, so extraordinary. The whole thing just so well done, especially because I've been in all those spaces back when it was the country club and whatnot. And the way that you've used the space, which is, I think, one of the harder things to do, is so well done. It's thoughtful, the way you walk through it. It just feels very comfortable.
It's funny, as exciting as I am to see the renderings and to walk this physical space and finally see it built out with the finishes and the fixtures, I was equally, if not more, impressed by the staff that we've hired from all the nicest, finest places up and down the strip. We are going to have an incredible experience for our customers.
Yeah.
And now it's about helping them understand who we are as a brand, who we are as a company, and how they can deliver on our brand promises. But yeah, I think we define ourselves by what we do, not what we say.
Yeah.
And we don't ever want to try to be anybody but us. I think in a time where there's so much noise and confusion on branding and this and that, it's really about authenticity. It's about being true to who you are. And so we really try extremely hard every day to deliver who we are.
Yeah. And I think that the other element of value that would very well reference that question is everything that you still do. The amenity package when you get into the suite, nothing is skimpy. Everything is there. Your toothbrush, your shaver, your makeup remover, everything is still there. Nothing's been cut, right? The room service still arrives beautifully, just like it should on a 5-star property. There's just no corners that have been cut, and you're providing that value holistically, which is what guests expect at a 5-star property that it seems like for some reason the rest of Las Vegas has forgotten about. So
yeah, it's an interesting dilemma that the whole market has. I think everybody's trying to figure out what can we take away and hope the customer doesn't notice.
Yeah.
And our competitors have become very good at that. I'm not sure about the noticing part. We do just the opposite. What more can we give? How can we make this better? How can we deliver faster? How can we make the customer more delighted? And then charge appropriately.
Of course.
As if we've chatted before, we're not a nonprofit. No. We're a for-profit business. Absolutely. But the way you do that, as Craig stated in the earnings call, it's delivering value to your customer. Yeah. Our customer wants to know that it is the best that money can buy.
Yeah.
And they're willing to spend extra to have the most amazing experience they can. For F1 that just came through, we had the highest rates, opened with the highest rates, finished with the highest rates. The only competitor in the market that had a 3-night minimum, and we were near full, and the team absolutely crushed it. And you go, well, you can do that once and customers will not see the value and they won't come back. This is the third year in a row.
Yeah.
Our ADR has been over north of $2,000 for regular rooms. And we just had the best occupancy we've had in the 3 years. We had the best year we've ever had with Formula One, which is fantastic. And when you look from a higher level, last year in 24, we had the highest headcount in FTEs we've ever had in the history of the company here in Las Vegas, and had an all-time record EBITDA. So if you want to make money in luxury, you've got to deliver to the customer. You can't cut corners.
100%.
You can't cut maintenance. You can't cut security. You can't cut cleanliness. We could easily make more money in the short term by cutting those things that some people think aren't important, but we know it's critically important for our customer to come in here, feel safe, feel comfortable, see a clean place, be surrounded by all the brands and people in the community that they value, and then experience something they don't experience anywhere else.
Yeah. I mean, it's two examples so that everybody who doesn't stay at Wynn will come stay at Wynn, right? Usually you get somewhere, and as you mentioned, things get taken away.
Yeah.
I arrived yesterday. There's Dyson hair dryers now, which is remarkable at this scale because we all know the cost of them.
Especially with the pelt that you have. That's fantastic, brother.
Thank you.
Look at this guy. It didn't take you long this time. That's great.
You don't see that often. And you've added Nespresso that has coffee and espresso in the room, which is always a frustration in Las Vegas. It's always been one of those things. It's like, oh gosh, I got to go downstairs to get the coffee in the morning. Yeah. And the Nespresso is now there. It's like, it's just so wonderful to come back and be surprised by new things that have been added and nothing removed.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about F1. Now we're going in the third year. You've mentioned it a few times, record rates, record year. What does the partnership look like with Wynn specifically, and how it works for the city of Las Vegas? I know you were a huge driver in bringing it here in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, they approached us, it was at least a year before the first race, and I think we were the first company to go all in. And really believed in what they were going to do for our city. We have an exceptional, mutually beneficial relationship with Formula One. Stefano, Emily, the group that lead that company are fantastic at what they do. They're world class, and they do this all over the world. And we've seen great opportunity and believed in what they're doing. I think for the city, the timing couldn't be better. It's the weekend before Thanksgiving every year. Yep. So for us, it was a need period. People are traveling for Thanksgiving. It's the last time you're gonna like want to take another trip is right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But Formula One gives them our customers the reason to travel right before the holiday. And it is fantastic. The city's alive. When you think about excitement, like 220 miles an hour down the strip at night on a Saturday night, and the hospitality is exceptional. The entertainment's exceptional. The experiences, the activations, the people watching. I mean, it was the place to see and be seen. We threw an after party that it was hard to describe unless you were there. It was fun. And I think it was really fun for our guests to just come and enjoy our place in a different way.
Yeah. No, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So outside of F1, what about other sports, right? You've in the recent history, right? You've had with Allegiant, and you have the Raiders, and you've got the Knights, and what, like, how has sports in general, professional sports, kind of changed the fabric of Vegas, would you say, and Wynn's participation in it? You know,
it's a great question. I think not just sports, but entertainment and the Sphere and Allegiant Stadium, and not just the football team, but also the concerts that they're throwing, and Taylor Swift coming through, and Coldplay coming through, and you go, wow, there's a reason to come to Vegas every weekend now.
Yeah.
And midweek, it's all the conventions and the important groups and CES and ICSC and SEMA, and you're like, there's always a reason.
Yep.
For some people, it's an excuse, but for there's always a reason. Honey, I have to go to Vegas. Yeah. Why? My team is playing. Yeah. Oh, okay. I swear it was business. Yeah. But everybody has now a legitimate reason to come to Vegas, and it's not necessarily just to come play. You can play anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, frankly, a slot machine is a commodity. And so is a table game. They're the same odds and the same games everywhere.
Yeah.
All over the country.
Yeah. And sports betting too. Now you can do it anywhere from your phone.
What separates us from everybody else are all of the non-gaming experiences, the way you make people feel, the environments that you create, the experiences that you can deliver on. And Formula One is just one of those, but so is an away game at Allegiant, or coming to the Sphere to see the Eagles, or whoever, no doubt's about to play. And you go, wow, we're grabbing from all over, not just North America, but globally. People are flying in just to come to these events.
Totally.
And it's great for the city. It's great for the destination. It continues to build out and build our reputation as the entertainment and sports capital of the world.
Yeah. And the Sphere's been doing really well, especially for you guys, right? Just based on the location.
We're happy with their location.
Yeah. Yes. The location is very good for you. And it's just such an iconic venue. I mean, it's because there's another one. Is it Abu Dhabi? That's where are they building the second Sphere?
I believe so.
I think so, right?
Sure.
But it's busy, and most days of the week, right? Midweek, weekend, it's sold out.
It's fantastic. So we're a huge benefactor. Thank you, Jim Dolan. We appreciate your investment in our community. And the more they activate, the more everybody in the surrounding community benefits. So it's good for them. It's good for us. It's a huge win-win.
You talk a lot about reinventing, and I agree. I mean, every time you come here, there's something new. There's new spaces. Talk to us a little bit about some of the pop-ups, the recent pop-ups that you've had on the F&B side that have been successful, and what's coming. I mean, we mentioned Zero Bond and Associated, but it'd be interesting, like, what else are you guys doing? What have you recently redone?
Sure. I think we're on our third pop-up. The current pop-up is the 4 Sixes Steakhouse.
Yep.
So we developed a relationship with 101 Studios, David Glasser and Taylor Sheridan. Those gentlemen developed the whole Yellowstone, Landman, you name it. They kind of did it on Paramount. And we did a few premieres with them. We've done some events with them. And it's really blossomed into a great relationship. They're great people. They're super creative. And they just happen to have 250,000 acres in Texas where they have some amazing cattle. And they said, would you mind trying this? And so we tried it out in SW, our steakhouse.
Okay.
Got rave reviews on one cut of beef. And then we were closing down our last pop-up, and it came to an end. And we said, well, maybe we should try something here. So we did it.
Okay.
It's been a huge success, so much so that we've extended it and then extended it again. And we're now in talks with them and looking, I wish we had more real estate here, trying to figure out where could we explore the possibility of possibly a permanent location for them, because it really is a unique, different type of offering. with a little bit of Americana and country, and
Yeah.
the flavors are different, not competitive, but complementary to our offerings of food and beverage here. And there's a customer that walks in and just absolutely wants to enjoy that space and
Totally.
live in the world of Yellowstone, Taylor Sheridan, and all that they do. But they really have a fantastic product, and we're proud to have the association and the partnership with them.
That's great.
Yeah.
And any other new F&B venues that are in the last? You've done a lot, so
yeah. We just opened Pisces, which is a Mediterranean seafood. Took the place of Lakeside, right on the Lake of Dreams.
Okay.
It's done exceptionally well. Todd and Wynn Design and Development knocked it out of the park. Beautiful room. The team, the chef, really delivering on everything. And I saw a customer last night, and she's like, "This is our new favorite restaurant." Now, she's been coming here for 20 years.
Yeah.
And she's like, "The last visit, we were just here a couple weeks ago. We ate here twice." And I was like, "Well, that's a good sign. We must be doing something right."
Absolutely.
We just renovated SW Steakhouse.
Okay.
2 years ago, we put in Aft, which is the new cocktail lounge out on the Lake of Dreams. We redid Parasol. We redid Overlook. We redid Mizumi, our Japanese restaurant. We just opened last week our new High Limit gaming area, which has a full bar and lounge inside it. Right across the hall, we just redid the B Bar, completely new space, moved across the hall. As we mentioned, we have Zero Bond opening. We have Sartiano's opening. In June, we're going to have a brand new clubhouse called the Cliff House, adjacent to the waterfall, right in the backyard on the 18th, with the waterfall from the same sight line. And you're going to be able to have a cocktail, look at the waterfall off to the left, look straight down 18 as the rest of the guys are coming in. And the rooftop is a completely flat rooftop that we've built up with the championship tee for number one. So you'll tee off from the roof of the clubhouse heading out. And I think it's going to be a nice little place to catch
Vegas
a picture
experience.
too.
Yeah.
So it's continued, and we're working on a few other really amazing experiences. I can't quite discuss yet, but will be beyond anything we've ever done. Really something exceptional. So we're looking forward to that, but it's always pushing the envelope and coming up with something that nobody else has ever done.
Yeah.
And that's not easy in this market. We have tough competitors.
Yeah.
There's tough competitors within our industry, and we do everything we can to continue to be progressive and focus on being the very best that we can.
What about retail? Your retail does exceptionally well. You've told me that it's just it outperforms most other key markets, right? That's what the brands tell you, right? It just does well.
Yeah, I think when you come to Wynn, it's not just for one purpose. You're not here just to dine or just to game. You do a little bit of everything, right? And I think shopping, when you travel, at least I've learned from my better half that shopping is a part of that excursion and that trip. And people enjoy just taking some time off and looking around, and everybody's schedules are so busy. Like, I don't have time to go shopping. Yeah. It's not a priority, right?
Yeah.
But when you're on vacation, you have some discretionary time, and we have the most amazing collection of boutiques, and our employees all know about what we offer, and they can guide you there and help you. But yeah, the partners that we have here and the tenants that we have, or the retail partners, are doing extremely well, better than the national average and global average.
Yeah.
I see the numbers, and I think that's a nice bellwether for us as well to understand where is the luxury customer, where's their head at, what's their spending habits like, and luckily we're still on year-over-year gains, month-over-month gains, and we hope it continues.
Yeah, that's great. So what else outside of Las Vegas? You have Al Marjan Island. What else is in the pipeline? Anything you can talk about?
Interesting. Craig and our corporate team are brilliant. They always have the vision to look forward. And so every location that we exist, we have a land bank.
Okay.
So we have adjacent property, acres and acres in almost every location. And so whether it's Marjan or Wynn Palace in Macau or here in Vegas or even in Boston, we've got a nice little plot of land adjacent. So if and when we see that the demand is there and capacity is lacking, we can jump right in and pull the trigger on any of those at any time. And we're also always exploring opportunities. Everybody would love to build something like this, but it doesn't belong everywhere, and not every
Right.
location is right. So our development team, led by Chris Gordon, and obviously leading the charge is always Craig.
Mm-hmm.
They look at every opportunity and then try to understand, is it right for the brand? Is it right for where we are in the evolution of our brand?
Yep.
And we have plenty of great opportunities. We'll just see which one's next. Right now, our sole focus is making sure that we open Wynn Al Marjan in the very best way. It is a very important market for us.
Yep.
It's highly competitive in the luxury set,
Mm-hmm.
and we have something really, really special. Private island,
Yeah, tell us about it.
1,500 keys, a yacht marina, private villas right on the beach. It'll be our first beach resort.
Okay.
22 different restaurants. We just announced our relationship and partnership with Alain Ducasse. Exquisite finish. I saw all the renderings, and Craig took us through what the real end product will look like, and I think people will be absolutely blown away. Max Tappener, who is running operations here for us at Wynn Las Vegas, was promoted to president there about a year and a half back. And he's put together such a great executive team.
Yeah.
I know they're going to do an amazing job. And I can't wait to see the end product. So we're excited about that. That's really the sole focus right now.
Yeah, it's great.
And I'm sure there'll be plenty of opportunities for Wynn Resorts as we head into the future.
I'm sure. And then you have Janu there around the corner, the Aman brand as well now, right? With 100 plus hotel rooms plus residential, right?
Just announced that. It's 132 keys. Janu is their wellness brand, the Aman Resorts wellness brand. Couldn't pick a better partner. Adjacent to the yacht marina, right next to the resort for us. We're partners in that development, and as you said, there's residencies. They also have, I think, 1 to 5 bedroom villas.
Great.
And then we've got soon to announce 3 other brands that'll be on the same island as us. There's 4 different islands.
Okay.
And now we understand they've just announced the full beach development along the shoreline.
Oh, wow.
So everybody's under construction.
Yeah.
Everybody's feverishly trying to bring up their buildings and their resorts, and a lot of luxury product, which is great for all of us. And we may just happen to have the only gaming license in all of the Middle East. So we'll see how that works out.
Could be good. And
Could
then
be good.
how will you get between those islands? Are you building like bridges, or is it
There's a couple bridges.
Okay.
There'll be water taxis.
Yeah.
I think we said air taxis.
Or I think so.
It's Dubai.
It's Dubai.
It's
what they're doing.
Dubai. It's
Yeah.
UAE. It's Marjan.
Yeah.
It's Russell Haima, Abu Dhabi, and they're so progressive over there. I think it fits really well with our brand, and I know he's put together such a great team. And as it is here, it's always going to come back to, how did you make your customer feel?
Yep.
Did they walk away and go, wow? And if they walk away, say wow, and they can't wait to come back or tell somebody about it, we know we hit it.
Yeah, totally. And you opened Boston Harbor, right?
I did.
You went over it. And the property's doing well still? And
Extremely well.
Yeah.
In fact, it is the only 5-star rated by Forbes casino resort outside of Vegas.
Wow.
So you think about all the casinos that are in North America,
Yeah.
and they're the only ones that have achieved that. And they continue to do an outstanding job. It's a beautiful resort, right on Boston Harbor.
Mhm.
We were lucky enough to live there for 4 years and loved every minute of it. Great people, great business. Jenny Holliday, who's the president there, is a good friend, and she is a true professional. She's doing what she needs to do with the team, and very proud of what they're doing.
That's great. How close is that to the airport, to Logan, when you...
15 minutes.
So close, right? So it's
10 minutes if you drive like me.
10.
Yeah.
I love it. Sustainability, at scale is very difficult to do, but it's a very important topic, especially, of course, in hospitality. What are you guys doing on the sustainability front at Wynn?
It's what are we not doing? We're doing quite a bit. So when you think about the location that we sit in, just the amount of rain that we don't get.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sun here.
Right.
So 75% of our peak energy comes from renewable sources.
Okay.
So if you look down from our tower, the entire rooftop of every building we have is all solar.
Wow.
And then we've contracted 160 acres of solar fields to power Wynn and Encore. We own the water table, thanks to Steve when he developed everything here underneath the property. So we own the water table. If you're in a desert and you own the water, that's a pretty good deal.
That's good.
So it's really about thinking about our resources, thinking about what we're doing, and being responsible to the community, to the environment. And we always try to do the right thing, and it fits in with who we are.
Yeah, that's amazing. And it's honestly, to think about that 70% of the power is coming from renewables or alternative sources, considering how much power you would need to, is truly, that's incredible.
There's a few lights on, yeah.
There's just a few. So,
Yeah.
Can you talk to us a little bit about AI? It's luxury travel innovators, and my entire company is really focused on innovation and looking at what the future holds for travel and hospitality. On our side, it's a lot of distribution, it's booking, it's web, it's more of the sort of how you get guests into the hotel. But from your side, from the operations seat, I'm curious, how do you look at AI here at Wynn, and how it might be able to help operations as well as marketing and getting people here?
Yeah, obviously everybody's pitching AI and all that it can do, and promises, and I believe AI is the future, and we'll continue to discover over time what the real true value of AI is and where we're going to be able to lean in. I think it's honestly too early to call, hey, this is what it's going to do.
Yeah.
We have engaged in a few different companies to help our agents and our people be more informed.
Okay.
And deliver and serve up information and answers faster than they can look them up, to source directly from a golden record a customer's profile as they're checking in and know everything about them instantaneously as they're checking in. It's about helping our staff serve better, faster, not necessarily about replacing our staff.
Of course.
And so I think a lot of companies are quick to say, well, how many headcount can we reduce if we buy AI and we go all in? I think there'll be a little bit of that at some point. When you think about a text spot.
Yeah.
And I wanted some information. I just want to text back and forth. And I'm on the plane and I want to connect with the hotel or the resort. They don't care if it's Mary, Susie, or an AI agent.
Yeah.
But when you pick up the phone, you don't want to hear somebody say, I think you said you need help. I think you said representative. That's not us. You always have to provide options. And for us in the luxury set, it's about face-to-face human interaction. It's how you make people feel.
Yeah.
And we have a saying here at Wynn that only people make people happy. And I think that will be true for years and years to come. When you think about the future, I think in the future, in luxury hospitality, human interaction will be the luxury. That will be the luxury component.
Yeah.
For those that don't replace humans, to continue to have that investment and to train people and have them empathetic and have them compassionate, that will be difficult to replace, and the true competitors in luxury will continue to maintain that face-to-face feel and smile.
Yeah.
Agent's not going to smile at you. I'm sorry, it's just not going to feel the same.
Right.
And they're not going to care enough to bend down and talk to your child and send up some cookies.
Yeah.
That's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
So
totally.
I think we're always committed to our team and our people, and they're committed to our customers.
And the one aspect that I've talked a lot about is how I think we're entering, well, we've probably already entered it, right? But this era of humans crave connection and they crave human relationships. And every day that goes by, every passing day, it seems as if you lose a bit of that, right? Because people cut staff and replace it with AI agents, or you're checking in at the airport, which obviously has been around for a long time, on the kiosks, or whether you're checking in at a hotel with kiosks or mobile apps. And the folks that I think are investing in operational efficiencies to make human jobs more efficient and better are going to be the winners, right? You're not replacing people. To your point, you had the greatest EBITDA you've ever had with the highest head count, right? But at the end of the day, if you can make somebody's job easier, like you said, you might know more about that guest and that golden profile, or you might be able to output something or process some information at a much faster pace than you previously could do. I think that's really, that's like the best use of AI, at least at this point, right? Well, we're still trying to figure it out. They're certainly not shaking your hand. They're certainly not giving you a hug, this AI agent. So.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's too early to call. I think there's going to be so many different opportunities for us and for the industry, for many industries.
Yeah.
I think it'll be unavoidable, and it will benefit us at some point. And it already is in an insignificant way. But I think that significance will grow over time. But we're committed to our guests, and whatever's best for our guests is best for our business.
Totally.
Yeah.
That leads me to another social and real thing. So we both love to fish, and obviously we went fly fishing.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, what's your next fishing trip?
It's like our happy place. My wife and I fly fish together, and we had the pleasure of going up to Alaska with you this last year. In September, it was awesome. And we're headed to South Fork Lodge.
Okay.
It's in Idaho. Jimmy Kimmel purchased it right out of the pandemic. His partner, Oliver White, amazing fisherman, like unbelievable angler. They put together something really special up in Idaho. This will be our 4th year back there.
Okay.
With our mutual friend, Mr. Hamaway, Chris Hamaway, who's an amazing fisherman and all around fun guy.
Yep.
We just love being out there. It's peaceful. There's no cell reception. That's actually a good thing.
Yeah.
And so for 8 hours, you're just kind of at peace. It's gorgeous. You see things you don't normally see. And when you work in the environment that we work in here every day, day in and day out, it's overstimulation of a lot going on and a lot of energy. We thrive off that. All of us do.
Sure.
Or we wouldn't work here. It's the exact opposite. And it's so chill and it's so much fun. And you meet interesting people just like you do here, but in a very different environment.
Yeah.
And I think everybody needs a reset. And fly fishing seems to be a pretty solid reset for my better half and I.
How many years have you been fly fishing?
Probably 4 or 5.
Okay.
But we're hooked, and we have taken 2 or 3 trips a year, and it's just fun. We need to do it more. The job always gets in the way, and that's okay.
It always does.
That allows us to go fly fishing. So,
it does.
Yeah,
I mean, and Alaska is a pretty special place. I mean, it's just when you see multiple bald eagles and you see just this. I mean, it is the great unknown, and it's like you're just looking at these spaces with no humans and more bears than humans, and these gigantic golden eagles and ball. It's just unbelievable, and awesome. The size of those fish. Yeah. It really is. It's something special. So, and you prefer fly over spin reel, and just
it's the only way. It takes a little bit more on the skill side and practice, but once you get it, it's so therapeutic.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful to watch somebody cast that really knows how to cast.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. Once you get it, it's just you and the fish and that little fly floating on top.
It's true. Yeah. What else do you like to do besides fly fish?
I like to work, believe it or not.
Yeah, and work.
Yeah, I actually love what I do with the people that I do it with. And so I feel very fortunate to be doing what I think I'm meant to do.
Mm-hmm.
And in a company that 100% supports the way in which we all want to do it.
Yeah.
And that's at the very highest level. There are no restrictions. It's go, make it work, do the very, very best that you can, and then figure out how to make it better next time.
Yeah.
And I think our customers appreciate that. Our shareholders appreciate that. And we're in this for the long haul. This is about making sure that we continue to build on the foundation that we were entrusted with. And for all of us, this is all temporary, right? We're gonna pass this baton to someone else one day, and we want to make sure we're great stewards of our company and our brand. And I personally want to make sure that we're doing right by our team. They work their tails off. I see how hard they work. I've been a bellman. I've been a dishwasher. I've been a limo driver until I crashed the limo twice. And
Well, you said you drive fast.
yeah, that was a bad call. That was a bad fit for me. I gotta stay doing what I'm doing today. But I appreciate what they do,
Mm-hmm.
and I know how hard they work for us and for our team and for our employees or for our guests. And so there's a sincere appreciation for our team, and I hope they understand and hear and know how much we appreciate them.
Yeah. How much of Steve's vision is still here, would you say? I mean, the man was a visionary. I mean, he transformed this city. This property was definitely in a league of its own, but so was Bellagio when it opened. So was everything that Steve touched. Like, what do you think is like, how much of his vision is still here? You think, I mean, in today's Wynn Las Vegas?
It's in our values.
Yeah.
I think Steve represented excellence.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about progressive.
Yeah.
There was nobody that was more progressive, absolutely legendary in the business, in the industry, opening the Mirage, what he did at the Nugget before that,
Yeah.
Bellagio being the first really high-end luxury casino resort, Wynn, which we think is like his masterpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a lot. And so when you think about all those things that Steve represented, we captured that in our values of being service-driven, really driven, and he was. Our artistry, like he's an art collector, and everything that he saw needed to be beautiful or more beautiful.
Yeah.
And he was unrelenting. And so when you think about what his focus was in our business, we've tried to continue to carry that on and build on the foundation that he and Elaine and all the people that came before us worked so hard to do. And we're trying to do better.
Yeah. Yeah. I had the privilege of hearing him speak many times, and the man just had a way with words. He could speak and tell you what something was going to look like, and you'd be like, yeah, absolutely. That's it. That's right. And you could just paint this picture, this Picasso picture, as he was such an art man. And you see this picture, it's like incredible how he could speak and make you feel like you were sitting in the space that he was explaining or talking about. It's incredible.
Yeah, we appreciate what he did for the company, and now it's our turn to continue to build on that.
Totally.
And maintain who we are as a brand.
Yeah. So, my last question before I close with my signature rapid fire questions of every episode.
Yeah.
You've been in this industry that we both love forever, an industry that neither of us will leave because nobody ever leaves. Why would you leave this great hospitality industry?
Yeah.
If there was not necessarily a mentor, but somebody over all of these years that told you something that just totally stuck with you and you live by every day in either your day-to-day or just the way that you perceive things or the way you operate as a, COO in hospitality, what would that be?
Oh, wow. So after 35, almost 40 years in the business, it would never come down to one person. It was a collection of mentors that I continue to look up to, and current mentors that I have that help me understand more about who I am, what our purpose is, what more we can do as a team. And so, whether it was Horst Schulze, who was the founding president of the Ritz-Carlton Hotel Company, John Toner, who was a GM that I had a long time ago when I was coming up through the ranks, and I learned a hell of a lot from him, or even Craig today. It's always learning from everybody around you and understanding that everybody has something to learn. Yeah. And you're never done learning. I learn every day. Yeah. And so it's really being open-minded and thinking about, okay, that makes sense. How does that plug in? And how can I make the most of that? And always trying to be better. Like we always strive to be better here. And I think being progressive is a part of that. And our values of our company, when they align and resonate with our employees' values as they do mine, you're in the right place.
Totally.
And so this isn't for everybody, as Craig said. And it's the same with our values and the employees. Not everybody wants to work harder than everybody else.
Exactly.
Not everybody's about excellence or being service-driven or making it look gorgeous, or taking risks. But if you are, you belong here, and it's a really fun place to work. It's very engaging. It's very challenging. But I think our team are all very proud to say they work at Wynn, and I'm proud to say that I work with them.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's great.
Love what I do.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate your time. It's been a lot of fun. I always end with 3 rapid fire questions. What personal travel are you most excited about next?
South Fork Lodge. Can't wait to go back.
That was
We're
easy.
going.
And that was rapid fire.
Yeah, ready to go.
I hope that.
Unfortunately, it's not until June, so we'll see how that goes.
Okay. In the meantime, you'll work, which you love.
Love it.
What do you miss about the glamorous days of travel? This is going back, right? It's the Ritz-Carlton ashtrays. It's the way that you used to be able to fly.
Yeah.
What do you miss?
You know what? That's a cool question. I don't know if it's glamorous, but when anything is rare or infrequent, it's more special.
Yeah.
And so when you think about Formula One or the Super Bowl, when it happens once a year and you look forward to it every year, it's special.
Mm-hmm.
If you're traveling every single week, it takes a little of the glamour out of it.
Yeah.
You might say travel's not as sexy as other people that don't travel for a living, right?
Yeah.
And so I think just the frequency of everybody being able to, there's a positive there too, right?
Yeah.
We're a very small planet now, and everybody can get anywhere, and you can FaceTime anybody all around the world, and there's pluses and minuses to that. But I think overall, it's just not as rare and unique to travel anymore. Everybody does.
Yeah, true.
And so I guess that's...
Yeah, it takes a little of the imagination.
It's not glamorous
because
anymore,
it takes a little bit of the imagination out of it too.
Everybody
right? Like
loves how glamorous TSA is, right? So, you go, okay.
Yeah. 100%. And the last question, because the show is all about innovation and moving forward, right? What innovation in travel doesn't exist today that you think should? And it doesn't need to be technology. Like one of my favorite answer was luggage racks. That luggage racks are too small, and when you're an international traveler and you come and you go to most 5-star hotels, you can't fit, especially if your suitcase opens in the center, you can't fit it and it's falling off the luggage rack. So anything, what innovation would you think is like, gosh, I'd love if I had that.
See, I just learned something. We need to have larger luggage racks. That's brilliant. I think if I knew, or if any of us knew what was missing, Wynn would already be working on it. So honestly, like if we get an idea or a challenge, our team's all over it and just grinding until we figure it out. And we got a laundry list of those.
Yeah.
I don't know what's missing in travel, but I think unique experiences, things that don't exist anywhere else, those are the things we're trying to create, like the Formula One experience that we just delivered.
Yeah.
We created 4 years ago what's called the Concours at Wynn Las Vegas. It's a car show and car competition for pre-war, post-war, and hypercars. And we took the best of several different types of events and packaged them all into one beautiful weekend. And it is exploding. It's creating things in travel and reasons to travel that never existed before, or making them better than anybody else has. And so that's a huge challenge, and our team's always up for that challenge. So what more can we do in the golf space and out in the backyard, and what are we going to do with a private club that really doesn't exist in Vegas on the level that we're going to do it, creating a steakhouse concept that's never been done anywhere in the state of Nevada, especially in Las Vegas on the Strip, and continuing to figure out, well, everybody has hair dryers, but wouldn't it be great if we could take that fancy hair dryer that everybody seems to like in their home and put it in the hotel? And so it's continuing to think about what more can we give our customers, what more can we do for our customers in experience, in space, and service, and then have them wanting more.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brian. I appreciate it very much.
Thanks, Adam. Appreciate you.
Thanks for watching this episode of Luxury Travel Innovators. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. See you next time.